the AI industry may have just crossed its most important threshold. Not intelligence, profitability. And surprisingly, the reason may be AI agents. Not chatbots, not search assistants, agents. Always on digital workers that never log off. For the last 2 years, AI looked like a giant money furnace. Tech companies burned hundreds of billions of dollars, training models, buying GPUs, building data centers, and consuming absurd amounts of electricity. And underneath all the excitement, there was one giant fear hanging over the industry. What if AI becomes revolutionary, but never becomes profitable? Goldman Sachs now thinks that fear may be wrong, because something fundamental is changing inside the economics of AI. AI agents don't behave like normal software. They run continuously in the background, reading emails, writing code, managing workflows, scheduling meetings, monitoring systems, making decisions, 24 hours a day. And according to Goldman, this changes everything. But then something changed. For years, the biggest criticism of AI was simple. The more people use it, the more expensive it gets. More users meant more GPUs, more electricity, more servers, more losses. That's why so many investors worried the entire AI boom could eventually hit an economic wall. But now the math is starting to reverse. Goldman points out something extremely important. The cost of generating AI tokens is collapsing. NVIDIA chips, Google TPUs, AMD accelerators. The compute cost per token is falling roughly 60% to 70% every year. That alone isn't shocking. The shocking part is this. Token pricing has stopped collapsing. In some areas, prices are even stabilizing. That means, for the first time, the industry is opening a widening spread between cost and revenue. Costs are falling off a cliff. Revenue is stabilizing. That gap becomes margin. And margin changes everything. Because once AI reaches positive unit economics, it stops behaving like an experimental technology and starts behaving like cloud computing, or mobile, or the internet itself. Goldman believes the industry could hit a major profitability inflection point within the next 3 to 12 months. Not years from now. Right now, chatbots were only the beginning. Most people still think the AI boom is about chatbots. It isn't. The real explosion is agents. Goldman estimates total global token consumption could grow 24 times by 2030, 55 times by 2040. That sounds insane, until you understand what's actually happening. Today's AI is mostly reactive. You open ChatGPT, you ask something, it responds, the interaction ends. That's not how agents work. Agents stay alive. They persist in the background, like employees. A normal chatbot interaction might consume around 1,000 tokens. An always running AI agent? Over 100,000 tokens per day. That's a 100x jump. Imagine millions of invisible digital workers constantly running in the background, answering emails, writing reports, booking meetings, monitoring systems, coordinating projects, writing code. All day. Every day. And once millions of these systems start operating simultaneously, the economics of AI completely change. Because AI is no longer becoming software you occasionally use. It's becoming digital labor. Permanent. Scalable. Always running. This may completely change how the internet works. Right now, most internet activity still starts with search. You type, you browse, you compare, you click. Agents change that behavior entirely. Instead of searching for information, people will increasingly delegate tasks. Your agent searches. Your agent filters. Your agent compares. Your agent books. Your agent decides. And once that happens, the structure of the internet starts changing underneath everyone. Goldman estimates traditional search engine market share could fall from 68% to 36% by 2030. Meanwhile, AI native applications could nearly triple their share. This is why companies are suddenly racing toward agents. They're not trying to build better chatbots. They're trying to build the operating system for digital work. And whoever controls that layer may control the next phase of the internet. And companies are about to use this everywhere. Consumer AI may actually be the smaller story. The truly gigantic opportunity is enterprise AI. Goldman estimates enterprise workloads could eventually account for over 70% of global token usage. Why? Because enterprise agents perform much heavier work, processing documents, analyzing images, handling audio, writing software, running operations. And critically, they're becoming cheaper than human labor. Goldman modeled several agent workflows internally. A coding agent could consume millions of tokens per day, while costing only around $13 in API expense. That's dramatically cheaper than a software engineer's daily wage. A data processing agent? Roughly $60 per day. Still cheaper than many back-office workers, and once AI becomes meaningfully cheaper than labor, companies don't gradually adopt it. They stampede toward it. That's why coding, operations, customer support, compliance, and administrative workflows may become the first industries massively transformed by agents. This is the moment AI stops feeling like software and starts feeling like labor. Once this loop starts, it becomes hard to stop. This is the part most people still underestimate. The AI industry is no longer operating like a linear business. It's becoming a flywheel. Cheaper compute. Lower token costs. Lower token costs. More agent usage. More agent usage. Stronger infrastructure, economics, better economics. More investment into models and chips. Better models. Even cheaper compute. And the cycle repeats. This is what Goldman calls the agentic economy. And if this dynamic continues, then the AI boom we've seen so far may only have been the construction phase. The monetization phase may still be ahead, and that may be the biggest shift of all. For 2 years, the world watched tech giants spend unimaginable amounts of money building AI infrastructure. Most people saw an arms race. Goldman Sachs is starting to see something else. The early construction phase of a new economic system. AI is shifting. From research to revenue, from experimentation to margins, from tools to workers. The infrastructure era built the rails. Agents may finally turn them into cash flow. And if this transition is real, the most valuable AI company of the next decade may not be the one with the smartest model. It may be the one that owns the agents that never sleep.